She was just opening her gate when a car suddenly appeared out of nowhere. 3 armed men jumped out and rushed toward her. Terrified, she handed over everything they demanded: her purse, wallet, and phone, her hands shaking uncontrollably. The security guard was in hot pursuit of a stolen VW Polo, determination etched on his face. As he closed in, he maneuvered his own vehicle directly in front of the Polo, blocking its path. He stepped out, ready to confront the thief, when suddenly an unknown man inside the Polo opened fire. Bullets whizzed past him, but the guard moved with precision, dodging every shot and returning fire. He cautiously backed away from the car, only to have another vehicle appear, guns blazing once more. Despite the onslaught, every shot missed, and the guard managed to rush to safety, completely unharmed. He felt an unshakable presence with him, a guiding force, his ancestors watching over and protecting him. An Uber Eats driver had just arrived with an order and was waiting for the customers to come out when, out of nowhere, an unknown vehicle screeched to a halt in front of him. Armed men jumped out, moving with terrifying speed. Acting on instinct, the driver tried to make a run for it, but they quickly caught up to him. Shaking with fear, he handed over all his possessions as they demanded. Without hesitation, they also stole the food he had come to deliver and the bike he was riding, leaving him stunned and helpless on the roadside. People were eating at a local restaurant, enjoying their meals and chatting quietly, when the calm atmosphere was shattered. A group of men stormed in, moving quickly and purposefully. In an instant, they brandished their weapons, and the restaurant fell into a stunned silence. The armed men took control, shouting commands and forcing everyone to comply. They demanded that every person hand over their possessions: phones, wallets, jewelry, and then turned their attention to the restaurant itself, insisting that the staff give them all valuables, including cash from the registers and anything else of worth. Patrons pressed against the walls, fear written across their faces, while the intruders moved through the restaurant with ruthless efficiency. The tension was unbearable as every second dragged on, the men scanning the room for anything they could take, their presence dominating every corner of the once peaceful space. Two armed men stormed into the shop, demanding all the money. Terrified, the shop owner quickly handed over every bit of cash. The men grabbed it and left, leaving the shop in stunned silence. A car had just arrived at work, unaware that it was being followed. As one of the occupants stepped out and began opening the gate, an unknown vehicle suddenly pulled up, and an armed man jumped out, charging toward the car. The driver, sensing danger, panicked and tried to escape, slamming the door shut and revving the engine. But the armed men were relentless, abandoning their vehicle to chase him on foot. Heart-pounding, the driver weaved through the lot, hoping to get away, but they quickly caught up, cornering him with terrifying precision. Overpowered and terrified, he watched helplessly as the men seized control, eventually stealing the car and disappearing into the distance, leaving him shaken and speechless at the scene of the crime.
Yes, sir.
A crowded bus rumbled down the road when a group of armed men stormed aboard. Panic spread immediately as they moved through the aisles, demanding passengers hand over all their valuables, wallets, phones, and jewelry. Shaken, people complied, clutching their belongings as the men rifled through bags and pockets, brandishing their weapons to maintain control. The bus, once calm, had become a cage of fear, every passenger aware that any wrong move could provoke violence. After taking everything of value, the hijackers finally retreated, leaving behind a shaken and silent group, struggling to process the ordeal.
The operator is busy. Please wait.
This shit down there?
27, 31, 35, 34.
Off cuff.
Give me
Hey, we're being marked. We're being marked.
What exactly happened there? Just take us through that.
Well, I mean, I was literally seconds before going on air for the 7 o'clock bulletin. I'd just done one and after 6. And these guys just came. In fact, I was confused because remember, as you stand there, I was the only one with the light on. The light was on me. So everybody else was sort of, you can't see the other people because they're outside of the sort of little portion that's being lit. And then here comes this person like looking for a phone. And I had my phone in my hand because I had just spoken to the executive producer about the crossing we're about of the bulletin, about the crossing we're about to do. And then someone comes, I'm like, hey, what's your problem? You know? And then suddenly I'm like, it's all these strangers I don't know. But I was wondering, I mean, who could like possibly, you know, disturb me while they know that we're like literally seconds before going on air? And it was this guy, so they were trying to, so he was looking for the phone. So because I wasn't giving him the phone, then he calls the other one who has a gun to say, you know, Dula Lenja or something like that, you know. So at that point, like, you know, Sophie and them that scream, just give him the phone, you know. So I give him the phone, and then, you know, they took, I think about 2 or 3 phones, my phone, Sophie's phone, I can't remember who else's phone.